Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Scryrox V8. So let's get into it. So first of all, let me show you the box. It's a pretty good unboxing experience. And inside the box, you'll get a yellow Type-C braided cable, and you'll get two sets of stock skates. One is full skates and one is corner skates. In terms of the specs, this does come with a PAW 3950, a Nordic 52840 MCU, a 250 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty good. I've been using this about a week, and I did have to charge once in the middle of the week and once yesterday before doing this review. So pretty solid battery life. In terms of polling, this does support 8K polling. Personally, I was using about 4K with the 250 milliamp hour battery. You can get more battery life, obviously, if you use a lower polling. But let's get into the clicks. So the clicks that are in my unit are Amaran opticals, but now usually if you buy a unit, you do get Kala opticals. The reason why mine has Amaran opticals is because I bought this secondhand, so it's a little older. But let me give you a sound test. In terms of the actual click implementation, I had zero issues. There's no noticeable pre-travel, no noticeable side to side. Pretty solid clicks on here. I'm not a huge fan of the actual switches themselves, but they're fine. In terms of these side buttons and scroll wheel, I have no issues. The scroll wheel itself, though, is a little bit of a looser scroll wheel. So if you want something like not as loose, a little more kind of like tactile feeling, this isn't going to be for you, but no issues with these side clicks. In terms of the weight, this does come in at 40 grams with dot skates. It is advertised as 36 plus 3. I feel like that's a little bit of false advertising. It should have just been advertised at like 41 because that's how much it's going to weigh with stock skates, but whatever. But at the 40 grams with dots, this is a really nice weight. It is pretty much the exact same weight as the X2H CrazyLight. The X2H CrazyLight is 1 gram lighter, but this does not have bottom holes. In terms of the shape itself, so again, comparing it to the X2H CrazyLight Mini, these are practically the same shape, except the Scryrox is a bit longer. But in hand, they pretty much feel the same, except for the extra length. I actually really do like the extra length since my hands are bigger, 19 by 9. The mouse just feels more supported. I don't feel like I'm on the edges, but with the X2H, I feel like I can relax my fingers a little bit more. It's definitely better for relaxed grip. But in terms of the sides, once you get used to both these mice, in terms of the sides, they feel pretty much the same. Like, it's really just the length that's the only difference shape wise. This is pretty much just a high hump small mouse. Even though this is technically slightly bigger than the X2H CrazyLight Mini, it's still a small mouse, as you can see, compared to the Vaxee Sora. But it's not the smallest mouse. Like, this Akko mouse definitely feels a bit smaller. So I would say this is great for aggressive claw. This is great for relaxed claw. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a shape like this for fingertip, but this is going to be good for someone with medium hands like myself who wants a larger shape because of the extra length and the high hump. In terms of overall QC, on my current unit, there is no issue. As I said, I did buy this used, but the person I bought it from didn't put much use into it. I have heard from some people that over time, because of the low weight and the shell rigidity, that the Scryrox could start to creak, and the same thing with the clicks as well as the shell. I don't have any issues right now. I only have a little more than a week on this unit, but just keep that in mind. But I've also known people who've been using this for a month with no issue, so it could be a QC gamble. But let's get into the coating. In terms of the coating, this is a very rubbery coating. It's a pretty solid coating. I do prefer the X2H's slightly more dry but yet still grippy coating. This just feels like the my favorite coating currently, but this coating is as well pretty solid if you like more rubbery coatings, and I didn't feel I needed to use grips or anything like that with it. In terms of the stock skates, so as I said, I did get this used. I didn't bother to put on the stock skates. They're relatively thin. I would still recommend getting dots. In terms of the software itself, it's pretty basic software, but it has all the options you need. No complaints on that. In terms of performance in game, I had no issues with the sensor implementations. The tracking was phenomenal. The clicks felt fine. Everything in game felt good. I was playing to my best ability, and I got pretty much the same experience I would get with the Pulsar X2H CrazyLight Mini. In terms of price, this does cost $70 new, but you not including shipping, but you can get these pretty cheap on the secondhand market. I got mine on a Reddit marketplace for $40 shipped. I regularly see them on this marketplace for around 50 to 60, and you can also get them on eBay used for around 50, 60. I would definitely recommend, if you do want this mouse, trying to find one around $50 used. But overall, would I recommend this? So compared to the X2H CrazyLight Mini, because I've been comparing it, this is 130 new. It does regularly go on sale, but it usually doesn't drop under like 115. You can potentially get a used one as well. I've definitely seen them go for 70, 80 bucks. And I do think the X2H is a better mouse overall. It does, I feel like it's built just a little bit better. It has the better scroll wheel. The coding is going to be preference. The clicks, I would say, are slightly better, but it does have bottom holes. So if you have pets, definitely go for the Scryrox instead. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to, do you want a mouse with better build quality and pay a little more, or do you prefer the longer shell, potentially worse build quality? Overall, I do think both of these are good options. I definitely am going to use my X2H more going forward, but I do think this is a really solid mouse for only around 60 bucks. It is built well, at least initially. It feels nice, it performs well. I could definitely recommend it, but if you're going to get this and main it, I would definitely make sure to look into, try to find more people that have used this long term to make sure it's not going to be an issue. But yeah, pretty solid mouse. Both of these are great. If you want the cheaper one, definitely go for this. But if you want something that might last a little longer and might be built a little better and it's lighter, would definitely recommend this over it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.